So this is actually going to be my second take. So I'm filming this on my new cell phone, the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, because my usual camera, my Sony ZV-1 Mark II, is charging. I don't know what's wrong with it. It just loses its charge. It doesn't hold a charge. After filming like one video, I always have to keep charging. I think maybe I should just buy a new battery for it. But anyway, I picked up some new items to me from Sezane. I don't know if these are like new for the season or they were just leftovers, but I hadn't been looking at Sezane for a while. And I came across these two sweaters and also a pair of shoes, which I'll show you. And hopefully this is the second take of this video I'm doing. The last one, I don't know, there were a lot of like audio pops. So hopefully this one sounds okay. So I picked up the Eddy jumper and the Bastien jumper, and this is what this looks like. It's a wool sweater, definitely, but I like how it's like a cross between a grandpa sweater with like the rib collar and the ribbed cuffs, but also kind of like giving me varsity jacket, sports jacket themes with like the little snap buttons. So I'm planning on wearing this with like my blouses when it gets a little cooler, and I didn't want to go for like a basic cardigan sweater, like a Uniqlo sweater. I know those are popular, but I wanted something a little bit more, I don't know, cozy. So I went with this, so I'm pleased with that. And you know, from my last Sezane video, I was like on the hunt for a nautical themed sweater, and I thought I found one, but it was just so overpriced and it wasn't quite what I was looking for. And then I came across the Bastien jumper, and I think this is navy and white. It might be black and white, but I love the stripes. And this one is a good length for me. I'm 5'8", and it hits me at a decent length, like below my hips or at my hips. Not too short. I like the sleeves, how they're not too tight. Definitely not flared, but definitely loose around the cuffs. I mean, about around the wrists. So it's just a very sort of free-flowing, easy-going sweater. I think it'll look perfect with jeans. And yeah, it's I believe it's 100% merino wool, so definitely soft, not scratchy at all. Kind of like a mid-weight sweater, not too thin, not too heavy. It's a good transitional sweater, so looking forward to wearing that, and because it's still kind of warm. And finally, I got my first pair of shoes from Sezane, and it's probably not what you're thinking of. I'm probably thinking maybe I got boots or something, but I got sandals, and I know it's like the end of the season, so I probably won't get a lot of wear out of them. But I end up getting these. I think they're called the Lenny Mules, and they're giving me like Birkenstock vibes. But I've never been into Birkenstocks like the usual ones. I think most of them are like suede, and I just don't like suede shoes or suede bags. I like the look of them, but I don't think they're very practical for me. I feel like you need to treat them a little bit more like preciously precious, because they're I don't know. I think the minute they get a stain or smudge, that would just drive me nuts, and I would never, I don't know, I would never be okay with it. I think I'm a little too OCD for that. So I got it in leather. I like the gold buckles. Usually I'm a silver girly, but I think the gold looks good on this, and they're super comfortable. I got mine in a size 40. I'm a US size 9, and they fit great. And these little buckles and straps are adjustable, so I did tighten mine up a little bit on the front, just so they wouldn't like flop off. But very comfortable so far, and yeah, it's giving like Birkenstock vibes, but a little bit more elevated, I think. And the soles aren't too high, and yeah, I'm into them. The only thing I'm worried about is that they might be a little too slippery because there are no little like little grippy things on the bottom. But I do like the look of them, and they do fit. And I have flat feet, not narrow feet or wide feet. I'm kind of like in between narrow and wide, and these fit great. Actually, no, like I did buy those. Albane loafers. I remember talking about them, and those were narrow, so these are great. Did not like the Albane loafers. Those were too tight around my feet. So yeah, 3 purchases and 3 wins, so loving that.